Okay, if you're a fan of lower budgeted, underrated zombie flicks, then come on in and sit down because we need to talk about this movie. Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. So I gotta tell you, this movie was a surprise to me. I saw the trailer for it like a long time ago, and when I saw the trailer, considering who's in it, I was still kind of on the fence, and I was like, man, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it just didn't wow me. But I'll tell you, I watched this thing, and I was pleasantly surprised about how good it was and how funny it is. It's called Shed of the Dead, and it's directed by Drew Cullingham. I'm not familiar with him. I've looked him up, and I haven't seen any of the movies he's done, but he does have a few under his belt, so this isn't his first outing. But man, oh man, I don't know. I don't want to give spoilers away for this flick. It's probably best if you go in, as with any movie, whether it's horror or anything, the less you know about movies, the better. And I just, be honest, or I'm being honest when I'm saying like trailers nowadays, just, they tell you way too much. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, they don't want to keep people guessing because they need to fill the seats. And I don't know, man, these video on demand movies are killing it. And that's the reason why, is because a lot of the trailers don't give away too much. And this trailer this trailer for this movie is the same case. Like, it just gives you enough just to kind of draw you in. But man, I'll give you an example. You know that pile of shit movie that just came out called Godzilla, King of the Monsters? Yeah, we all know that movie because it was forced down our fucking throat with 15 trailers and clips of this scene and clips of that scene. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, you knew pretty much 3/4 of that movie going into it without even fucking seeing it because of all the trailers. It was pathetic. And by the way, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, is fucking terrible. Let me just tell you that straight off. Like, it's fucking garbage. The first one was way better. I just hope they don't go down the same route with Godzilla versus King Kong as they did with this last movie. Like, it was just... Anyways, it was terrible, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Shed of the Dead. So, the trailer. So, it didn't really show too much. It kind of gave you a glimpse of what was going on. But, I don't know. There was just something about it. I don't know. I just didn't wow me for some reason. But it came out, and I watched it, and I was like, God damn, this is a fucking good movie. So, it stars Spencer Brown, Lauren Sosha, Ewan McIntosh, and Emily Booth. They're kind of the main stars. Kane Hodder, Bill Moseley, and Michael Berryman are in this movie as well, but they have smaller parts. I got to tell you, they all kill it. I mean, Bill Moseley's awesome at anything he does. Kane Hodder, I mean, he's an icon. I mean, all these people are. Michael Berryman, I mean, we all know who he is. They're all horror icons, and it was nice to see them in this movie. I don't think any of them shared a scene together, though, as far as Hodder, Moseley, and Berryman, but they all had their separate segments. But I'll tell you, it was awesome to see Kane Hodder as Mr. Parsons, because basically the breakdown of this movie is Spencer Brown, who plays Trevor, he has this, I don't even know what they're called. They're these, you see them all over the place where people buy up these community gardens, you know what I mean? And they all have their own little plot inside this community garden where they plant stuff and make it grow. So anyways, Trevor has this shed on his plot of gardening land, or whatever you call it. And he hangs out there. It's kind of his man cave. And he does this, I don't know if it's World of Warcraft or whatever it is, but you know those little figures, it's got like the Valkyries and the knights and all that shit. And him and his buddy Graham spend countless hours in there painting these little characters and creating these scenes. So that's kind of like his man cave. But his plot of land is like overrun with weeds and kind of shitty looking, right? So Kane Hodder's kind of like not the maintenance guy, but he's, I guess, kind of organizes this. And he's always giving him shit about how his plot looks. You know what I mean? But what I'm getting at is it was just nice to see Kane Hodder outside of a role where he's not like some, badass kind of killing machine, Friday the 13th or those type characters, you know what I mean? And it's just, it was nice seeing, he's got his his fucking sweater vest on and his tweed hat and all his shit, and he's just like he's kind of a prick to Trevor, and eventually Trevor sticks up to him. But it was kind of nice seeing Kane Hodder outside of his normal role. It was actually kind of funny, to be honest with you. So, but anyways, okay, that aside, yeah. So this takes place, and it has a very strong Shaun of the Dead feel to it. There's a few other movies here you could pick out as well, but Shaun of the Dead is by far the major overtone. So it's like he hangs out in this shed to get away from his wife because obviously their marriage is failing. But then a zombie outbreak happens, and him and Graham, Graham is his friend, who has like a crush on Emily Booth, who is Harriet, which is Bobby's, they're friends. So Trevor and Graham have to decide, they got to leave the shed, you know what I mean, like their fortress of solitude, to go and save their wives in this zombie apocalypse. And all hell breaks loose, and it's great, and it's funny, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's some of these movies you go into and you think the humor is going to miss the mark, but I was laughing out loud in some of these scenes. And there's these flashbacks, or not flashback scenes, but he goes into this fantasy world, like these little characters that he creates in this Warcraft style, little things that you paint. I don't even know what they're called, but anyways, he always kind of fantasizes. He's in these worlds where he's like the knight and the hero and stuff like that. And it's like, he'll be fighting zombies one minute and stuff like that, and all of a sudden he'll have to make a decision, but he'll flash into this fucking fantasy world and live there for a few minutes. It's pretty crazy. So I don't know. I really did enjoy this movie. I know I'm kind of being vague and all over the place, but I don't want to give too much away about this flick because there are some touching moments in this movie. Well, it is a comedy, but there are some sad moments in here too, but I don't want to get into because it's the less you know, the better this movie will be for you. So as a rating, I would give this probably like a good 7. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely worth watching. I think it's been out for about a week now. I think I saw it the day after it got released, video on demand. So, and that was probably a week ago, maybe 2 weeks. I can't remember. But anyways, definitely find this movie. It's called Shed of the Dead. Give it a watch. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. And it's great too because the zombies are slow moving zombies. They're not fast. So, and it just kind of adds to the tension, and it's great, man. And there's a lot of practical effects in here. And there's also a scene. The one thing I will say, it's not a spoiler, but this shed that he kind of has as his man cave, because when he's inside of it, it looks pretty big. You know what I mean? But there's a scene where he's trapped inside and he's got to get outside, so he goes to the roof. And honestly, the shed looks like a little kid's fucking Playmobil. It's so fucking small. I don't know if they did that on purpose or I'm not sure, but it was fucking hilarious, man. Because when he's inside this thing, they make it look like there's a ton of room in there, and then it's kind of like the Bugs Bunny cartoon. When he goes to the tent and it looks like a little dinky tent, and then he opens the curtains up and it's this massive kingdom inside. That's kind of like this shed. When you see it from the outside, it's fucking tiny. You know what I mean? But when he's inside of it, it's this massive, not massive, but it's a big looking man cave. So anyways, I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, definitely check this movie. I know I'm kind of rambling, but check it out. I guarantee you'll like it. There's lots of gore in this movie too. So for all you zombie gore fans, I think you'll enjoy that as well. So anyways, I'm back doing trailer reviews again and movie reviews. Took some time off there, but just wanted to say thanks to all of you for asking where I've been. Everything's good. I've just been busy at work and with my kids. And but we're back at it, putting movies out because there's lots of good stuff coming out too. So I should have back to the old 3 or 4 reviews a week sort of deal. So anyways, if you haven't subscribed, it'd be awesome if you did. And guys, Shed of the Dead, check it out. I think you're really going to like it. And until next time, stay scared.